Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Bizfinder podcast. Today we have Liyaan with us. Welcome on air. Tell us a bit about yourself, a little bit about what you do and your background.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited to be here. A bit about my background. So I've been in Dubai for the last 15 years. I think like every other expat, you start off at 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years becomes 5 years. 5 years becomes 8 years. And then you're here for like 15 years.
Yeah.
I work for one of the free zones in UAE, Sharjah Publishing City.
And what is Sharjah Publishing City about?
So Sharjah Publishing City is a lot like, it's just like one of the free zones, except it originally has a story.
Okay.
So the story started off where they were only doing publishing as in terms of books, people who wanted to do book publishing and stuff, mainly for children as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started to expand slowly in what they wanted to do. And that's where they basically grew their activities to make it sound less complicated. So in the last 2 years, 3 years, they've basically opened up their doors into bringing more people with more opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So different activities, not just publishing anymore.
So what other activities?
So now they've got general trading, which is like people, everyone want to trade in and out of this big hub. So you got trading, you got consultancy, you've got e-commerce is really popular as well, social media. There's over 2,800 activities that we have that people are starting up businesses with.
So how did you get into this like business setup space?
So this story is actually really funny.
Okay.
This was not an idea that I had. I graduated in 2023 and I was obviously working already. I've been working since I was 18. And the funny part is that I did IT as a degree and I wanted to get into IT consultancy, IT sales. And this is the role that I wanted to go for. Now, months go by, and I wanted to get into the B2B sector because obviously to level up in IT sales, you need to be on the B2B side, not necessarily on the B2C side. And it was honestly a random Thursday when I was approached by SPC, their hiring team. And they said, we want to just get to know you, this and that. And then, I went through the first interview, which was basically a Zoom call, went through, and they said, we'd like you to come in. Now, here is where it gets a bit funny. I went down to my mom. I went down to my friend, Bishr, who was staying with me at the time. And I was like, what is this? What's a free zone? What do people do? What do you mean I have to go to a free zone to get a license? Isn't it online? I thought I was getting myself into something that was not correct. And it was not in my field. So, when you have a vision of just looking straight, you're not looking at anything around you. That was the headspace that I was in. And my friend told me, he's like, you know what? Just go. Go for the interview. Have a look, see what it's about. And my mom's like, what do you have to lose? I'm like, okay. And I went, I think it was the following week, I went for the interview. And the first thing as I just drive up and I realized, I'm actually in a government entity.
Yeah.
I was in a government building.
Yeah.
And that's when I went in and I actually decided to open up my mind, you could say, to understanding what I was actually going for. And had, I think, around 2-3 interviews. And then I actually understood how free zones work. What is it? Because I had to study for it.
Of course.
I had to study for it. And then I found out, you have to get your trade license from an actual free zone. You don't just go online, like you pay your fines and get a license.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't think I was going to get the opportunity, but alhamdulillah, I did. And then I've been here for like a year and a half now, and it's going well.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
That's amazing. So did you consider any other opportunities at the same time, or was SPC like the one that you looked at? And
to be honest, there was other opportunities, and some of them were actually in my field. But I wanted to give this a test run because it was B2B sales. My role in SPC is channel partner relationship manager, which is ironically exactly what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
It was actually what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be. And I was like, let me give it a go. It might not be the same industry that I want to go to, but it's the same role that I want to go to. So at least I will build experience. I will build the knowledge, I'll get an understanding.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it ended up being something that I really, really enjoy. I mean, I don't know what the future holds, but until then, you could say.
Sticking at
Until
SPC.
then, sticking to it.
No, that's amazing. So you're in the business landscape. So tell me, what's like a typical day for you dealing with, I guess your customers are entrepreneurs, right?
Yes.
People who are looking to start up businesses. So tell me, what's your typical day like?
My typical day starts at 9 a.m. with a bunch of phone calls because everybody wants to set up a license in the UAE. I think this grew drastically after Expo, I believe. And because I work in the B2B side, I see kind of, you can say, all sectors. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing what a consultant sees, what a client sees, and I have to think in that perspective of what's best. Now, when it comes to, you could say, what my position is basically to guide the client, guide the consultant to bring the client to us based on their requirements, based on what they would want to do. A lot of people don't know that free zones are actually much easier. So we have to basically lean the client forward to us with what they can do, what they cannot do, but most of the time it's what they can do. And dealing with entrepreneurs every day is you actually hear so many ideas of what people actually want to do. And you're thinking, oh, I didn't even know you could do this.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that. So it also grows your knowledge every day besides you handling people. Like I handle 150 consultants just myself.
Wow.
So my phone does not stop ringing.
Yeah.
I think right now it's buzzing up as well. So it's a busy day. That's what I can say.
Okay. So when you say SPC, that's Sharjah. So do you just work particularly in Sharjah, or are you also in the other Emirates?
I'm in the other Emirates. So we're mainly in Dubai. A lot of our consultants do sit in Dubai.
Okay.
So I'm barely in the office.
Okay.
So the day that B2B team, as we call it, goes to the office is the day that celebrities enter the office because we're never in the office.
Yeah, no, fair.
We're always in the field. We're going to consultants. We're training them, giving them the support that we need to. We're always on field.
Yeah.
The days that we actually go to the office, I call it a relaxing day because I'm not in traffic.
Yeah.
I'm not in the heat. I'm not running.
Yep.
So the days I actually go to the office is more rewarding than what people will say is dreading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can relate to that. Honestly, no, that's cool. So what makes SPC stand out to other companies? Give me one main factor.
There's so many.
Okay.
There's so many.
Go ahead, list them.
I think my favorite one is number one, how people think that because you're in Sharjah, you're tied down to what you can do and the possibilities that you have just because you're in Sharjah and you're not in Dubai. But when they look into it, it's actually completely wrong. You have the same possibilities, you have the same opportunities. Everything is almost just as much as well as it is in Dubai. In Dubai, the only difference is cost. There's a difference in cost. There's a difference in also having 100% ownership of your license. You don't have to have the amortization if you don't want to. And in free zone, you don't. Investors. In SPC, we have unlimited visas, which other free zones don't always try to have because it's not, maybe they have their own reasons.
Yeah.
For us, we have unlimited visas without an office. In Dubai and other Emirates and other free zones, your requirement is to have a physical office with your license if you want to hire people.
Yeah.
But with us, we don't have that. So that's one of the biggest selling points that when I train consultants, their eyes light up because they're like, no physical office, so it's cheaper. So what do you do at the end of the day? You're just paying for a license, which is what, 5,000 to 6,000 dirhams instead of paying for the license, an office, and that. So I think that's one of the biggest selling points that we have is that you don't need a physical office no matter how many visas you take. And even then, that flexi desk that you get with your license doesn't have a cap on how many hours as compared to other free zones. Other free zones will tell you, okay, 3 hours a month. That's me sitting in traffic for 1 day.
Especially 2 Sharjah.
Exactly. So what am I going to do with 3 hours a day?
Yeah.
So they're giving you basically an uncap of how long you can sit at the free zone and work and do whatever you want to do. And then we have investors. Nowadays, you have so many people in a business. It's not just one man show. You have a lot of people in a business. You want to add investors. You want to add shareholders. Our license allows you to have those people. So you can get 7 on our license. And then you can get 7 investor titled visas.
Wow.
Which is not easy, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And it's not easy to do it without an office. Other people have the requirement of having an office. No, in SPC, you have 7 investors, 7 investor visas, and it's not like you have to pay extra, do this, do that. No, you're getting exactly what you're entitled to as what you are told, as compared to what other people would say.
Okay, so I know where to come when I'm starting a business.
Exactly.
Yeah, you sold it enough to me. Okay, no, that's amazing. So, jumping a little bit into the UAE business landscape, from your perspective, what's like particularly easy to opening a business here, and what shocks like newcomers?
I think number one that shocks newcomers is they get so scared of competition. And I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Over here. I believe it in any other country, but I don't believe in that in UAE. The reason for that is because you can have the same product as someone else, but it's how you market it. And I didn't believe in marketing, frankly speaking. I didn't
Yeah.
understand marketing. I didn't believe in marketing until I joined SPC and I realized, yeah, marketing is a huge thing.
Yeah.
So depending on how you sell your product, how you sell your services, how you do your business, you're going to bring people in.
Yeah.
You're going to bring people in. You're going to make a name for yourself. You're going to make a brand for yourself. It's not about doing it right. It's about doing it in a way that you as a consumer would also want to go for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, based on also like the growing population here, you talked a little bit about saturation.
Yeah.
So you don't think the market's reaching that saturation point, even with so many people coming in like every day?
I wish to admit that it was, but unfortunately it's not.
Okay.
I would love to admit it because then traffic would be less.
Yeah.
Like I was stuck in traffic all the time. Like
Yeah.
my job is that, but
Yeah.
no. As much as we all want to say that Dubai or UAE is a saturated market, it's not.
Okay. So there's still untapped opportunities?
There's a lot of untapped opportunities. There's a lot. Like if you look at the last 5 years, there was so much land around us, and now there's so many developments. People are coming in, buying the land, building buildings, and they're sold out
Yeah.
before they're even built.
Yeah.
It's still a sandpit, and they're
Yeah.
sold out. So you can imagine the opportunities that are coming in, the developers that are coming in, and they're taking every inch of the place and they're making something. A couple of years ago, nobody believed in Umar South. Nobody
Yeah.
believed in Dubai South.
South, yeah.
Now it's sold out.
Yeah.
And I know that for a fact because one of my friends lived there for 2 years. Her rent was only 45,000 dirham for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Now I think it's like minimum 70, 80
Yeah.
plus, 100
Yeah.
plus.
It's doubled everywhere.
So, okay, your rent is going up, but the business idea isn't. I'll give you the best example that I know that we can relate to. Jumeirah. How many coffee shops are there?
A lot.
And how many of them have the same products?
All of them.
But why are they each popular?
Because of the people?
Because of the people. Because of the people. Because of the marketing.
Yeah.
Because of what the type of attention and audience that they draw to their coffee shops. Because of how popular they get.
Yeah.
Now, because of the power of social media, people are making their businesses overnight. And that's why people are like, okay, I can do it. Because it is possible.
Yeah. No, that does make sense. But okay, no, that's really something to think about. In terms of industry, what is the one industry that you sell to the most or you open businesses for the most?
We see a lot of trading coming in because obviously you're in the Middle East, you're literally in the hub.
Yeah.
You're literally in the middle. So we see a lot of trading activities happening. We see a lot of consultancies opening up, HR consultancies, legal consultancies. When it comes to trading, general trading, jewelry trading, you name it.
Yeah.
We see a lot of trading activities, consultancies opening up. And if you go to Sheikh Zayed Road and you just walk into a couple of the buildings, you'll see 100 consultancies.
Yeah, I think that's the most popping industry right now. I'm in
Exactly.
it, so I can
there you
vouch
go.
for that for sure. I can vouch for that. But when it comes to setting up these businesses, do you think you ever overpromise? Or do agencies in general overpromise?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't, but I see people do it. I don't because I don't want to deal with the aftermath of someone being upset because I do believe it's going to come and bite back at me. But I've seen people overpromise. And when I say overpromise, it's that they will cut their own leg to make sure that that client is happy. Now, people will call it overpromise, but at the end of the day, you're losing because you overpromised. So I do see it.
But in what way do you overpromise?
People will timeline.
Yeah.
Timeline of getting your visa, timeline of your license. This is not from my perspective. This is from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Is that people will overpromise and then things have their own processes. It's a government process that happens. You have to follow each process. If things are being too slow and you've promised that, yeah, you'll get it in like 2 hours. It's like, okay, we have a timeline. We actually might beat the timeline.
Yeah.
We should always say a bit extra just so that you don't,
Keep the
you have to you shouldn't get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in SPC, we say, okay, your license, you'll get it 1 to 3 days after your KYC. I have a minimum 100 licenses that I have released that were done in 2 hours.
Wow.
But I say 1 to 3 days so that that cap is there. But sometimes the consultant might make a mistake of telling them 3 hours, but it's taken 1 day and then they've overpromised.
Yeah.
That's what I would call overpromised.
No, I think timeline, it applies in all sorts of consulting
Yeah.
industries where,
Exactly.
you overpromise with the timeline and
Exactly.
it takes you much longer than expected. So what's one thing an entrepreneur should know before signing up with a consultant?
Know where your money's going. Because it's very easy to pay a lot for the same you can might get somewhere else. Now, I know a lot of my consultants are going to kill me for saying this. And they're going to be so unhappy with me when they watch this. But sometimes the most simple things are really simple.
Yeah.
A business license, at the end of the day, is a piece of paper. And it's just like a degree.
Yeah.
It's a piece of paper. Now, where you want to go, now I can't really compare it to a degree, to be very frank, but when it comes to a license, you're getting it from the same free zone. Whether you go to them directly, whether you go to a consultant, make sure that you're understanding what are you getting charged for. Because some people will blindly pay. Okay, every consultant is entitled to have their own admin fees. That is normal.
Yeah.
You have your own fees and stuff. They want to put their own pricing and stuff. That's perfectly fine. There's not an issue with that. But just make sure you understand that and you're okay with it. Because at the end of the day, the consultant is managing everything that you want done instead of you doing it yourself. Because maybe it's not easy for you to set up a license, go back and forth with these documents and anything like that. So it's just about understanding the process and understanding what you're paying for and understanding the value of what you're paying for. It doesn't mean the services and everything. You need to understand that you're paying for something and it's something good. But if you're paying a crazy amount of money, then maybe shift somewhere else, because a license is the first step of your business.
Yeah.
That's not where you should be throwing all your money.
Yeah. It's a very interesting perspective, especially from someone in business sales, because you'd be like, that's a cash grab for you.
Exactly.
And more commission. But it's interesting to see the other side, honestly. You spoke about free zones earlier, and I think me as well, I know a very surface level knowledge of what free zones are. So maybe tell me what a free zone is, kind of describe it for the viewers to also understand.
So you've got free zone and you got mainland. So the easiest difference I can give to people, let's say, that don't know anything, is number one, in free zone, you have 100% ownership. There is no amortization. As compared to mainland, where now rules have changed, but you do still need to have an Emirati partner or someone in the business. But in free zone, you don't. Number two, in mainland, if you do have a mainland license, you need to have an office, which basically increases your costs of your business from the get-go. In a free zone, you don't have that. You can start with just a license. You can work on a flexi desk, grow your business as you want. You want to hire 100 people, you can hire 100 people. It doesn't matter. It depends on how you want to do it. Costing, number one, costing, processing. That would be the few that I could say to make it understand to the people who don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the differences in cost between, I mean, like maybe don't give me a value, but is it a significant difference?
There's a
between free zone
significant
and
difference, especially if you're starting out. It's your business for the first time. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know the activities you want to choose. You don't know. You're just experimenting.
Yeah.
Now, when you're experimenting, you need to have, I mean, it's going to be on paper. It's going to be printed in fine print what exactly you're doing. Now, if nothing against mainland, some activities in mainland, you actually do have to register them there. Free zone does have their own rules and regulations of which activities you can practice.
Okay.
But then there'll be very many times where there'll be an activity that we unfortunately cannot provide as a free zone because of different regulations.
So you have to sign up for a mainland.
You have to sign up to mainland. Okay. So it's nothing that nobody's against each other. It's more like, okay, well, you can do it easier and cheaper on this side. Or if you want to do it, like, for example, opening up a salon or a restaurant, it needs to be done through the mainland because you need to have that physical space and that type of thing.
Okay. So what are some of the myths that surround free zone then? Maybe around the 100% ownership thing. Is that a myth? Is that real?
No, it's real.
Okay.
It's real. And people don't believe it.
Yeah.
They're like, do you have to bring someone in later on? Is it like just for 6 months? And I said, well, if that was the case, then that wouldn't be right. But no, I think the most common thing is that people think you can't do much with a free zone license. And to be honest, I was shocked to see one of the recently I saw a jewelry company that is made by a popular influencer. And I did not know her license was actually in Sharjah Publishing City. And then I was a fan of her. Like, I follow her and I really enjoy her content. And when I saw that she has a jewelry brand, I actually saw her at pop-ups. There was a pop-up in Couture Reserve. She has, these small these pop-ups that happen like in the winter time. And I saw her there and I didn't know that her license was SPC and that she was able to go with this license and go and set up stall and set up shop like every now and then. I know that you can do it, but seeing it visually that someone did it is different than just knowing. Yeah.
Okay. That's really cool. So is this a big jewelry shop or?
I think it's a small brand. It's growing.
Okay.
It's a small brand that's going. I don't know if I should expose the name.
Yeah,
but
maybe- yeah,
maybe
maybe
not.
not. I
But
think-
it's a small. I think it's a small brand and it's growing.
Okay.
But she has great exposure. She has great content that's going online.
Okay.
So she's making a name for herself. But just to see that she also raised awareness of business licenses, which was
Yeah.
very nice for people that are starting out on their businesses.
Yeah.
So she also raised that awareness, and then she openly said that I got my license through SPC, and
Okay.
I even commented, and I was like, "Oh, I work there."
No, that's cool.
So it was nice to visually see that these companies are actually in front of me
Yeah.
because I'm in the back end. I don't know where is this business
Yeah.
going to open up, where are they practicing.
You're seeing that, yeah.
And now that I'm seeing it visually, it makes me 10 times more happier seeing that, oh wow, someone took their license and really did something
Yeah,
about
and
it.
there's like a real life impact.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's
exactly.
cool. So I mean, if I'm an entrepreneur, how would you advise me whether, if I don't know whether I want to open in mainland or free zone? Would you look at the industry? What factors would you look at?
I would 100% look at which activities you're doing. What's
Okay.
your plan? What you want to do? Now, there's differences. If you want to mix activities between free zone and mainland, it might be tricky. So the best thing to number one understand for an entrepreneur is what do they want to do in business? If they're still unsure, if they want to practice, they want to give it a go for a year, they want to test the waters, they want to fiddle around with a couple activities, I'll say go to free zone. If you're doing something like a restaurant, a barber shop, or something that would require that type of space, of course, it'd have to be mainland. But if you got a bit of, let's say, easiness with the activities that you choose, I'll say, okay, go to free zone. Go to free zone, start, see how you feel about it. You don't like it? Okay, in your renewal time, change your activities. And you can do it for free. In the renewal time, you don't have to pay to change your activities. In the free zone, you can change your activities, change your company name, change your shareholders, and you still have your license.
And that's all done. You can do it during renewal, all of these
Yeah, in
things.
the renewal, it's completely free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was actually not aware of that.
Yeah, you don't have to pay. Obviously, in the duration of 1
Yeah.
year, you'd have to pay.
Yeah.
But if you do it in the renewal time after you did like your 1 year of testing and you're not happy about it, okay, then you can do everything for free. Just change
Wow.
everything in the renewal for free. Mainland, of course, I don't have too much knowledge because I don't work in mainland, but I know the gist of what you should know as a B2B is naturally if you're opening up a barber shop, I'll tell you, okay, start small. Start a brand first. Just like you see all these food pop-ups happening, they start from a cloud kitchen, and then from a cloud kitchen they move to like maybe a space, they move to a pop-up, they move to these food truck areas, then they move to a restaurant. So my opinion is start small, make it, then
Yeah.
like
so dream
burst.
bigger, basically.
Yeah,
Makes
exactly.
sense. Okay, that's really cool. No, I think you've given me a good amount of knowledge about like free zone. I was not aware about the licenses. I've never
Yeah, I
opened a
didn't know
business here, so this really helped me. So I guess in UAE as well, you spoke about the influencer, the jewelry influencer. We're seeing a lot of influencers moving
Yeah.
here, content creators,
Yeah.
people on social media.
A lot now.
Yeah.
They're doing the influencer events in UAE
Yeah.
that they're flying them to Dubai now.
Wow.
Which
Okay.
we
So
didn't have this before.
how are you adapting to this trend, or how is SPC adapting to this trend?
So now influencers do have to take a license in order to be operating because what they are doing is they're online advertising.
Yeah.
So number one rule, if they are advertising a product, they need to mention it's an ad.
Okay.
They need to mention that. Number two, now they need to get a license. There is a certain amount of period that they have to get a business license, and the activities are very simple. Social media, content creation, online advertising, these are activities that we actually have.
Okay.
And you just take a business license for it. If you don't take a business license, you'll get caught. And the
Okay.
fine is not worth it. It's 10,000 dirham for the fine.
Okay.
The license is like 5,000-6,000 dirham. I think you'd rather save yourself a couple thousand than
Yeah.
get fined. So number one, I've been telling people is get your influencer license. You do need it. And I mean, what they're doing is great. They're actually influencing people around them for better, for worse.
Yeah.
They're influencing them on good things. Of course, when you're in Dubai, you're only going to influence good things.
Yeah. Of course.
So yeah.
So besides the financial risk of the fine, is there any other legal risk? Because I've seen, a lot of influencers, or maybe let's say smaller influencers,
Yeah.
start off,
yeah.
don't get the license. Any other legal risks that you can think of?
From what I know is, I don't know too much to be honest, but I do know that there is a certain period that they have to get a license,
Okay.
and then if they don't, it's just a flat fine.
Okay.
Like it's just a
10,000.
It's just a flat 10,000 dirham fine that lands into them, and then they have to pay it.
Okay.
And if they get caught again, then I guess there is maybe some legal action after that. I'm not
Yeah.
aware. But as of now, from what I've heard from the many people that didn't get their licenses, they got fined.
They got fined. Okay.
And then they're like, I got fined. And I'm like, what did you expect?
Fair enough. No, fair enough. So how do you think free zones are modernizing as well to, bring in these content creators?
They are for their own advantage as well, because referral. Everybody works on a referral. Every industry works on a referral. So just like if an influencer comes, takes a license from us, she's happy with the license, she's practicing, she's doing whatever she wants to do, she's going to recommend the next person. Oh, well, I got my license from here as well.
Yeah.
So it just works on a referral system, to be honest. And that's what I've been seeing the most, because you would trust your friend.
Yeah. So if you have one influencer, you're able to bring in other people who might be influencers.
Just like how they
too.
influence products, they're influencing a business license, because it's like, oh, well, she did it and she's doing really well, and she did this and she did that and she's doing that and this. Okay, well, I might as well just go there. You know what I mean? It's just like when you tell your friend, go try this place out. Oh, my friend told me it's really good and their recommendation's always really good. I'm going to go try it. It's the same thing.
Okay. So it literally applies to free zones as well.
Literally the same thing, yeah.
Wow, really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So what about the shift in trends of the types of people you're seeing? Like, are you seeing more Gen Z? Are you seeing traditional business owners? Or
to be honest, from my side, I see a lot of traditional people, actually. I see a lot of traditional people because they either already have their business outside or they're trying to bring their business into the Middle East. Now, the best way to bring your business into the Middle East is starting in the UAE, because you're kind of able to branch out from there.
Yeah.
So I've seen people who've come, like, who own aesthetic clinics, huge aesthetic clinics in Korea, and they're coming and they're setting up here.
Oh, wow.
And I was shocked. I was like, why? Why do you want to come here?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we want to do our business here and this and that. So, yeah.
Okay. So we've spoken a lot about like industries that are growing.
Yeah.
Getting saturated and whatever.
Yeah.
And untapped industries. What about industries or markets that are slowing down?
Give me an example.
Something that might be so obsolete now, which you would be like, I'm not even going to open a business in that.
I'll tell you an example.
Okay.
I wanted to open a coffee shop. Okay, I know that sounds very cliche.
Yeah. We just spoke about it.
I know it sounds very cliche. My dream as a kid was to have a bakery.
Okay.
And then I started getting into coffee the last 3 years, and I was like, and then I became picky with where I get my coffee.
And the beans and the country it comes from.
So I actually understood coffee.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, I really want to get into coffee. I really want to get into, a typical girl thing, I think you would call it.
Yeah.
And I pulled back because, there's competition. There's this. There's that. But as I said, competition doesn't exist if you know what you're doing.
So I guess looking at some of the trends within the region right now, what are some of the most common nationalities that are coming to open businesses?
To be honest, you'll be surprised. A lot of Europeans are coming in right now. I think you've seen it because they don't know what the buffer is on the highway. Like, they think 100 is 100.
Yeah.
No, but I'm seeing a lot of all multiculturals, to be honest. A lot of people are coming in. A lot of different nationalities are coming in. But the majority that I've seen is, of course, UK. Everybody wants to escape UK. And surprisingly, Germans.
Wow.
They want to escape the tax. And there was one more, Turkish. Everywhere I walk now, I hear Turkish. So
really,
yeah, apparently they have crazy tax in their countries.
Lots of inflation too.
So they're trying to come over here and set up their businesses or expand their businesses over here. So I'm seeing a lot of that side of the world coming in. I think last year I saw a lot of Korean and Chinese.
Okay.
I think the everyday people are Indian and Pakistanis. Like the most ambitious people are them. They will come and they will try, and every single day there's always minimum like 300 people coming and registering a license from them just alone.
But you're not going to particularly pinpoint a nationality because it's so diverse right now.
It's so diverse. I can't even pinpoint because every time I try to, you never know there's actually another one.
Yeah.
Like Portuguese, which I didn't think they would want to come here.
Yeah.
Portuguese, German, Turkish, British. A lot of British, Canadian. I don't know why people are coming from Canada, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I heard it's pretty bad right there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people from Canada have been coming in. So it's become so diverse that you can't pinpoint. But all I can say, it's on the west side of the world.
Okay.
Not so much of the east, but a lot of the western are trying to come in now because this is their gateway to start in the Middle East.
Yeah, and escaping tax, like you said.
Escaping tax. And I feel it when I go visit the UK. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, 50% tax it's crazy.
People are paying and they've got to pay. They can't get out of it. And you're getting taxed after a certain bracket. But even the cost of... People talk about cost of living in the UK, and I didn't believe it until I went. Everything is expensive. going out to eat is much more there than it is over here. The quality of life, the cost of life, and everything here is much cheaper.
Yeah.
As much as it might be for us as people who have been living here for so long, so we've seen that inflation happen. But for people who are coming here, it's still way cheaper for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, I think there's other factors that apply, like weather. You know, there's so
Weather,
many things
100%.
that people look at.
Weather is one huge one that people look at. Weather, lifestyle, safety. Abu Dhabi is top one in the world.
Yeah.
They want to come because it's top for safety. It's like taboo for people to hear that a woman can go outside at 4 o'clock in the morning and walk. Like I tell my family in the UK that, oh yeah, I'm just outside. Like I'm going out with my friends. It's 2 in the morning. They're like, you should go home.
Yeah.
It's not safe. And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And I remember they would tell my dad, you know, like when you're in an Asian family, you have that little gossip that goes on. But my dad's like, I'm in Dubai. Don't have to worry about her.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, yeah, there's so many factors that I think are influencing, like you said, worldwide amount of people to come.
lot,
And I
a
think we're
lot.
going to continue seeing that
Yeah.
trend for at least for a while.
It's
probably.
as simple as even buying a house now. Buying a house is easier for them and their currency as over here than buying a house back home.
Yeah.
Like I know my childhood home back in Bristol is £400,000, and it's just a regular attached house that you see in the movies, like in Balamori. If you
Yeah.
saw that kid growing up,
Yeah.
you see this attached house, £400,000. That's like 2 million. I don't know. I'm very terrible at math.
Yeah.
But you can get a actual nice villa in Dubai for the same price, maybe a tiny bit more. But over there, you're getting a 2-bedroom house that's literally attached like this standard, which used to be 150,000 in
That's
1999.
tripled. Yeah, tripled since then.
Tripled for a standard house.
True. Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's crazy to think of. Kind of skipping to maybe the next topic. What's the most, maybe from one of these nationalities, I guess, what's the most unusual or creative business that you've seen open?
Oh, creative business, unusual. To be honest, I get so many different inquiries every day, and I'm just thinking why. So I always think why.
Yeah.
But or how.
Yeah.
But there isn't that comes to my mind. Like
Nothing really creative that you've seen in the last.
there's been quite a few, but nothing that rings a bell as of right now. I think a lot of people are mainly either something to do with hiring. So, for example, like labor force or something to do this and then that, and then they just convert it in like 10 different ways. Or
Maybe any cool application that you've seen?
oh yeah, there's actually one application that I saw was basically like. Actually, I forgot what the app was even. I can say no, there's so many, but I can't. Like I can't. It doesn't ring a bell. Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't ring a bell.
So if I'm a friend of yours and I'm moving to the UAE, what's one niche you would bet on for me to start in 2026?
How creative is your mind on a daily basis?
Limited.
Limited.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there an idea that you've always had that you actually like enjoy when you see other people doing it?
Not really. It's just always for money. I think money's the main motivator.
I like
to be
how it's
honest.
upfront.
Yeah.
The reason I asked you about creativity is because the more you like something, the more you want to focus on it. The more you focus on it, the more it will grow. Because the more you will attract to it. Because you will see from the other consumer's perspective. So, I don't know. There's so many things that you can do here. It depends if you, like, the first thing I would easily ask you is give me 5 things you like. And then I'll be like, okay, well, you could do this. And then I can give you, like, a whole plan of what you can do. It's like, I give you a bullet point, but then I'll give you some bullet points.
Okay. But no specific niche that you're
There's no
going to
specific niche because you
need
can open anything and it will work.
Okay.
Like you can open anything and it will work.
Okay.
I've seen people open like really random businesses and it worked.
Yeah.
And it goes well.
Okay. I'll get back to you in
you
another
got
year
that-
when I
when you
open a
got an
business,
idea.
whether it works or not. I'll hold you to that. But okay, so what are some of the challenges new founders face over here in the UAE?
I think it's jumping big too quickly. And I always tell people in the beginning, the number one thing is clearing the legalities, the legal things. So your license, any third-party registrations or whatever you have to do, get that out of the way first.
Yeah.
Finish it. Close it, finish it, pay it, done it, gone. And then start small. Because I saw this happen with my own eyes in 2022 when the conflict between Ukraine and Russia was happening. We had a lot of Ukrainians and Russians coming to Dubai. And of course, with the amount of money that they were bringing in, they just opened up. They bought warehouses, they bought shops, they bought everything. They did full. And it didn't work. It didn't work for them. And then literally in less than 2 years, they had to close down the business, try and find a seller for the warehouse and the shop and this and that. Because you don't know the market. You don't know how it's gonna work with you. You don't know how to target the market because it's a completely different country for you as well. Now, like I said, every business can work, but it depends on how you study the market as well. You can't dive into the deep end if you don't even know how to paddle your feet under the water, you know?
Yeah.
So it's
like a slow and steady race.
It is. It's slow and steady. You're excited. You want to start. But from what I've seen is take it step by step. Don't rush. You want to rush because you want money to come in. That's normal. Everybody wants money to come in. Quick money is the new thing. Quick money can be dangerous.
Yeah.
And you can lose it overnight and it's not worth it.
Yeah. So don't pour everything in.
Don't pour everything in the beginning. Don't.
Okay. What are some red flags people should look at when choosing a freezone or a consultant?
I wouldn't say red flags as of such, but I would say things to look out for is make sure your idea can be practiced in that activity that you're being offering. Make sure that that activity that you're being offered is, if it has any like post-licenses approval, pre-licenses approval, is it easy to get? Is what your business idea clear? Is it okay? Is it good? Just very simple things. Just making sure that your idea is fitting with what you're being given. Because a lot of times people would say very basic scope. Of course, the consultant will understand the basic scope. You'll get that activity, but then you can't even practice what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you need to be careful on, you're very clear with your vision. Even if you're just trying it out, be clear with the first vision and then proceed.
Okay. Interesting. I guess one last question around the challenges. What is the most common document that people tend to forget when opening a license?
Passport.
Oh, wow.
Their passport.
Really?
Yes.
Passport
Their
was the last document I thought you would forget.
Passport. They forget their passport.
Okay.
And just like when you go for any other legal thing, your passport and your passport photo. These are the two things that people always forget.
Okay.
And they're like, why?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a legal document. What do you mean, why?
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought passport with maybe some, I don't know, Dubai related document, never a passport.
To set up a license, all you need is your passport.
Okay.
You need your passport and your basic details, your name, your email, your birthday. I think the only thing that's not in your passport is your email address.
Yeah.
That's all you need. And people forget the main thing, which is your
the
passport. So
Fair
they
enough.
forget their passport all the time.
Okay, so just to kind of close this off, if you could give one piece of advice to yourself before you joined SPC,
Okay.
what would it be?
Oh, that's such a deep question.
It is.
You can always start, but you can't always go back. So I'm happy that I started an SPC because if I didn't take the opportunity, then I wouldn't have been where I am today, I would say.
Yeah.
So take the leap. It's better to take the leap than step back. Sometimes it's just like taking a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again. I think I've gained a lot of knowledge on.
I hope I didn't fry your brain. I know my brain gets fried on a daily basis.
No. Honestly, I think I know enough, and like I said, I'll be back maybe in a year to let you know how my business is going.
I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you then.
Amazing. Thank you.